What's going on, fam? I want to give a quick bonus module here on shout out pages. What is a shout out page? A shout out page is basically a theme page or an influencer page on Instagram. So maybe you've seen those pages that are, have a huge following, either like a couple 100,000, maybe even a million followers, and all they do is they post content in a specific niche. So there are some pages that are, for example, business pages, and they'll post like business motivation. There are other pages that post like about mental health. There are some that post about food. There are others that are like Christian motivation, or different religious backgrounds. So these pages, most of them actually offer collaborations, or shout outs is what I'm calling them. So essentially, this is like one of the most slept on ways of doing ads and advertising, because a lot of these pages have done the heavy lifting and have done the heavy work that takes a long time to build a following. So essentially, a collaboration with one of these pages, you pay them according to whatever it is that their price point is. It can range. There's some pages that you can pay $10. There's some pages that are really big and their audience is massive, and you'll pay like 500 or $600 depending on, again, what you're looking for and if they match your niche and your audience. But essentially, what you do is you pay them and you collaborate on a post, or you will send over your information that you want them to repost. And essentially what you will do is have a call to action, and I'm going to show you an example here of one that I did recently as well, so you can get like a real case study. And essentially, this drives traffic to your Instagram profile. And the ideal, right, the goal is for people to follow you, and when they follow you, that communicates that they're interested in what you have to offer. So I'm just going to give a real concrete example here. This is a page that I collaborated with recently, and I collaborate with pretty often, actually. So this is a Christian theme page or influencer page. They have 1.1 million followers. And let me say this, I'm open to working with anybody. I just know that as a Christian, personally, in the way that I speak, the way that I teach, a lot of that is ingrained and intertwined with the way that I teach. So for that reason, I know that there's more common ground with Christians. I don't work exclusively with Christians, but I do like working with Christian theme pages because of that connection. So they have 1.1 million followers, which is a lot. Now, in terms of how many of those are active followers, we don't know, right? But I have worked with them before, and what I did was reach out to them and say, "Hey, I want to do a promo, or right here actually it says DM for ad/prayer." So a lot of these pages will have this in their bio. You probably follow some of them if you actually look at some of the big pages that you follow, and they'll say DM for ads or prayer. So what this communicates is, hey, we're open to partnerships with other pages that want a shout out or want us to repost their content. So this is one that I did recently. This is called a carousel, which essentially is it's not an Instagram reel, it's not a video, but it's multiple pictures in that are part of one whole message, right? So the hook, and you can't see it because my picture is at the bottom left here, but what it says is that the hook grabs attention and it leads to deeper engagement. So we live in a time where attention span is very short, right? People are scrolling. I mean, TikTok and especially has contributed to this, where people just scroll and scroll. And then if there's something that catches their eye for half a second or a second, they will stay and engage deeper with that content, or listen a little bit more to see what you have to say, right? So in this carousel post, and I'm gonna give you guys this template as well. It looks like a Twitter um it has like a Twitter format, and it's actually a Canva post. There's a template that I can share with you so that you can put your own picture here, you can put your own name, your own at, and you can basically put whatever it is that you want to say. And it has this little verified symbol as well, which communicates authority, right? It's like, oh, they're verified. What do they have to say? Um, and I also recommend, this is a complete side note, but I recommend that you guys purchase Meta's verified badge. I think it's $15 per month. It does add that extra layer of authority, and it also tells people that you're not just like a bot or some random scammer person, whatever. So this is my hook. The statement is, the Bible does not teach that money is evil. Now, this is a controversial statement. Controversy at any time. Of course, we want to teach and put out positive controversy. We don't want to like break people down or say negative things. Um, but this hook got a lot of traction because people started engaging in the comments. I don't think you can see it here, but there was about 40 comments because people were like, no, the Bible teaches that money, the love of money is the root of all evil. There's some people who are like, nah, dude, you're leading people astray. There are other people saying, dude, like finally somebody acknowledges what the Bible says. So like I like, especially as a content creator and as a leader and as an online coach, you have to disconnect yourself from the comments, to be honest. Like, you have to protect your heart and say like, yo, people are going to talk. People always have their opinion, whether you agree with me or not. Cool. I'm glad you're engaging with the content because that means that it's something worth talking about. That's how you know that you did a good job. So yeah, basically that was my hook. And as you can see, I got 408 likes on this post, right? So as you can see here at the top, Chris Mindanao and the Gospel of Love. So we did a collaborative post. You can invite people or other pages to a collaboration so that the post basically shows up on both profiles. So this post of mine is on the profile of this page that has 1.1 million followers, right? Which is crazy. So this was 3 days ago from the time I'm recording it, and it has 408 likes currently. And yeah, so usually when I post a carousel like this with like a Twitter like template, the average likes, which is not bad, but on my own page, I have about 5,000 followers. um, the average likes that I get on a carousel page like this, depending on the content, is between 15 and 25 likes on average. So what I did is I paid this page, the Gospel of Love, $25, which is not a lot of money. Trust, when you start getting into ads and you learn about ads and how they work, $25 is extremely cheap to get in front of what I'm about to show you. Or actually, um, I'll jump there real quick. $25 to get in front of 32,000 people's faces. So 32,000 people. Imagine a room filled with 32,000 people. Like, this is like a state university, right? Of college students. Like, how many people attend this, like a huge institution. I got this post for $25 in front of 32,000 people. That's insane, right? Obviously, not everybody interacted with this. You can see post interactions 592, which is not bad. But that, so as you experiment with different, what is called creatives or different posts, you will see things work better than others. You will see other things get less engagement. So what you need to do is experiment, and you can do this with your organic content where you're not paying for ads, is to test out what are the things that are hitting, what are the things that people like. Like, yes, in terms of artistry and creativity, what's valued most is your own perception of what you're putting out. But the truth is, in business, the value of what you're putting out is determined by the market. The people themselves will tell you if your content is good or not. So you might think a piece of content is the best thing in the entire world, but if you're not getting engagement, it's not the best piece of content in the world because it doesn't resonate with a lot of people. So, so this post did okay, you could say. But at the bottom here, you could see that I got 33 followers from it, right? That may seem like it's not a lot in comparison to the amount of views. But to be honest, 33 followers, new people that are willing to talk to me, in conversation with me, in the DMs, 33 people, that's 33 potential customers, potential clients. Yes, it would be awesome if I could get 31,000 leads and conversations in the DMs. But 33 followers, and I have here 48 profile visits, which is also good. 33 follows like are 33 potential clients. And we are in the field of high ticket coaching. If my offer is anywhere between 1,500 and let's just say $5,000 to start, if I get 33 people, right, which I'm not saying is going to be the case, usually you will get, again, this is if you're doing everything right. Ideally, you're getting between 3 to 5 uh, closes or clients from 10 sales calls that you do, right? 3 to 5 is pretty solid, right? 2 to 3 is like if you're not the best at sales, but you still manage to work through it. But again, we have a sales module here, and we're going to do trainings on that in our coaching calls as well. But imagine if I got at least half of these clients, or let me say I got 20%. Let's just say worst case scenario, I got worst case scenario, I closed 1 out of 10. Let's just say, right? 1 out of 10, worst case scenario, I closed and they decided to sign up for my mentorship. And let's just say that my mentorship is 2,500. Let's just say that's what I was doing previously as a porn addiction recovery coach. 3 people at 2,500, right? Is what? Let's do the math. I had to pull out my calculator. 7,500. So I spent $25 for an ad that got me $7,500. Are y'all seeing this? Like, I will trade $25 for $7,500 any day of the week. Easily, right? And again, this is worst case scenario, you're closing 1 out of 30 if you're getting all of them on sales calls, right? But not everybody's going to get on a sales call. You might get half of these on a sales call of the people that follow you, right? Maybe less, right? Depending on, again, your content, how you're positioning your authority on your page, how are the conversations in the DMs, right? There's a module that talks about appointment setting, and I gave all of you guys a script that you can fill out with your own information, so that you can talk to people in the DMs and get them onto a sales call. And on that sales call is where you will, again, ask questions. And there's a whole module on that. There's a script on that. And you will take them through that process for them to join your program. So the potential for this is insane. Like, I really need you guys to see this. Like, the potential for high ticket coaching is insane. Making $10,000 per month in high ticket coaching is not difficult, really. For you to close 4 clients per month at a $2,500 offer is not difficult if you're getting constant leads like this, right? So this is why organic helps, right? Organic is just the stuff that you post on your profile, but advertisements, right? Either shout out pages, or if you decide to boost a post, right? Like down here at the bottom right, you can see I can boost this post, meaning that I can pay Instagram or Meta to get my post in front of more people, which I don't recommend that you boost it on your phone because Apple charges a fee for that. But if you boost it on your Safari or web browser on your computer, they will not charge an extra fee for it. But yeah, so ads are the way to accelerate the process. Yes, it is an investment, but if you're asking me to put in $25 in order to get, 33 new followers, 33 potential clients, and at least closing 1 or 2 or 3, worst case scenario, if everything is dialed in, bro, take my $25 and give me the 7,500, right? So yeah, this is the rest of the carousel, just so you guys can see. Like, I started here, the Bible does not teach that money is evil, and then I go and I give biblical evidence. So, demonstrate your knowledge in your creative. Demonstrate that you know what you're talking about. You don't have to use a Twitter template like this. It can be an Instagram reel. It can be a video that you've recorded. But usually, if you're going to put money into an ad, you want to make sure that it's a post that has done well organically, right? A post that has done well without ads, and that will basically be like make it more certain for it to be successful once you put money into it, right? Unless we're talking about follower ads, which is a different thing, which there are scripts and there's a whole other module I talk about that. If you're boosting a post. So yeah, here I talk a little bit about what I do. This is my story basically. So hook, demonstrate my authority and knowledge, demonstrate my authority and knowledge again with my personal story. And here's a call to action. If you want to use your gifts to make real impact in the world and earn a living doing it, give me a follow and I'll show you how. And basically, yeah, I put my @ here. I put my @ in the description so they can click on it. You can see it's blue. And on the top right as well, it's a collaborative post, so they can even click there to see. So there's so many easy ways for them to get to my profile and to check it out. And then view insights is another way to get to know how your posts are doing. You see it's circled in red, and I showed you the insights for this post right here. So 32,000 views, again, insane. And notice that I'm using language that connects with the audience of the page that I'm collaborating with, right? I'm collaborating with a Christian influencer page or theme page. So, of course, I'm using Christian teaching and Christian hooks and demonstrating my Bible knowledge to build that authority as well. And then I invite people and say, hey, like if you actually want to make an impact for the kingdom and get paid for it, which I never knew was possible, give me a follow and I'll show you how. Right. And that leads them to my content. So yeah, that's pretty much from the insights. I'm going to put all of this in the Discord page. You're going to see under the content tab, I am going to add this video. This is a bonus module. And not only that, but I am literally going to give you guys an entire Google sheet that I acquired through collaborations with a guy who owns a lot of these influencer pages on Instagram. And let me actually show you this really quick. This Google sheet has over 2,000 Instagram pages that are open to collaboration. 2,000. Like every niche, every area that you can think of, there's an influencer page, there's a theme page that you can potentially collaborate with to get in front of their audience, to get more traffic to your Instagram, and to get more potential clients in your DMs, to have conversations, and eventually to get them on a call where you can ask questions, see where they're at, and invite them into your mentorship or program if they are a good fit. So you can see here, so I mean, World Stars at the top of here. Maybe you guys are familiar with that page. It says the amount of followers. Sometimes it doesn't say how much they charge for a 24-hour feed post or a story post. You would have to message them directly in the DMs on Instagram to see what their price is. Some of them have it. So here, I mean, this one is 700, which is a good amount, but they have 20 million followers. Imagine getting in front of that many people. But some of the important things I want to share with you guys that you have to be aware of is these 4 quadrants in the chart here on the right. So 4 things to pay attention to. Very important. Top locations by country. You want to make sure that the percentage that is highest on these Instagram pages that you're going to collaborate with, the percentage that is highest has to be from more developed countries, ideally the United States, because you don't want to pay to get in front of the eyes of people that are in developing countries that don't have money, right? Like, yes, ideally we can help everybody, but you can't do this like service, ideally building your business and even potentially transitioning to doing this full time if you are not working with people that have money, right? Or getting on sales calls, or wasting your time even having conversations in the DMs with people that don't have money, right? So you always want to ask and start off a conversation in the DMs and be like, hey, where are you from? Like, I'm from here. Where are you from? Just to get a sense of where they are. If they're not in the US, like for me, my kind of standard is US, Canada, and the UK. If they're not in one of those countries, peace out. Maybe here's a free resource that you can enjoy, but I'm not going to take them through the whole process of the DM appointment setting and getting them on a sales call, because I would just be wasting my time and their time. So make sure that there is that the highest percentage of people following these pages is in the US or Canada or the UK, or a developing country. You can look up the currency. If there's a country you don't know, you can look up the equivalency of currency between the US and the country where they're from, and you can kind of get a sense of what their economy is like in case you don't know their country. So pay attention to that. Age range is another one. You ideally want to work with people who are above 25. I'm saying that from experience. People that are under 25 usually come with a lot of baggage. When I say that, I mean many times, I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying many times they are immature. Many times they are freaking out, and they're just like constantly worrying, or sometimes they're like, man, my parents just told me to, this has happened to me before. My parents said that you need to give me a refund. If not, they're going to call the cops, or like, you don't want to deal with any of that. You want to deal with people who are adults, people that are making decisions for themselves, people that have a job full time that has money in the bank. And you can even include that in some of your like, for example, I use Calendly, and I have a subscription with Calendly where it allows me to create basically an application where people have to answer certain questions before they can schedule a call, right? So you can even put that in your process to pre-qualify people, or you can do that in the DMs, in conversations in the DMs, and ask people, hey, like, what are you doing for work right now? Or are you a full-time student, or what are you doing? If they're a full-time student, I probably wouldn't work with them. If they're working a full-time job, I am more comfortable moving forward because they have money coming in, they have cash flow. So yeah, you don't want to go through the whole process and then eventually they say, oh, I actually don't work, so I don't have any money. And then you just put in all that time and energy for what? For nothing. So ideally 25 plus, people that are more mature, people that are likely to have money, people that are likely to have jobs. So you want to take a look at that here in the age range for the pages. Just, it doesn't have to be exclusively that, but just make sure that there's a significant percentage that's above 25. Gender breakdown. Depending on your offer and your avatar, you may only work with men, or you may only work with women, or you may lean towards a specific one. And you want to make sure that you are working with a page that has predominantly the gender, or the sex, I should say, of your avatar. And last but not least, category. Of course, this is very straightforward. You want to make sure that you are collaborating with a page that is in a category of your niche, right? Like this one here at the top is on business, mindset, motivation, and it says men and masculinity. For me, I would be open to collaborating with this because of my offer, right? Previously, my offer was people struggling with pornography. So I would go to a Christian page because I was working mainly with Christians at the time. But I could have worked even with a men's page like this to collaborate with them, because predominantly men struggle with pornography. Women also struggle. But in terms of where I'm going to put my money for ads, it'll probably be with the men. So these are just a couple of things to take note of. There are so many niches, even here at the bottom. You can see fitness, business, mindset, motivation, health, bundles, which means that there's multiple pages that they own. So if you pay a larger price, you'll be put on multiple pages. Christian. And yeah, there's also OnlyFans. So even OnlyFans models use this system in order to drive more traffic to their page to make more money, right? So this is a system that a lot of people use in order to grow their business. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. If you have any questions or any thoughts, we can talk about it on the coaching call. But I hope this was helpful.